Mary Jane Bailey. I live at 80 East Wallen Lake Road, Pasco, Rhode Island. And it's obvious that we're here because we're asking you to vote against this. You have the same statistics I have from Invenergy about what they're going to put into the air. One of them is 10,000 tons of CO2 every day. Now, in 2014, we passed the Rhode Island Resilient Act. How will we, if we're not going to follow our laws, then why make them, right? And this is certainly not going to be able to comply with that law. And when we were having hearings for the EFSB, I did some research on all the things they said they were going to be putting into the atmosphere from their own report, and I checked it out with things from the EPA, World Health Organization. There are at least 14 carcinogens, not just substances, but known carcinogens that they will be spewing into the air that are in tobacco smoke. All right, I choose not to smoke. Between my 6 siblings, their spouses, their families, there's about 75 of us. I think only one out of that number smoke. But this is going to force us, essentially, to be breathing in cigarette smoke when we don't choose to smoke ourselves. And it's not just a cigarette, maybe 5, 10 a day. This is 24/7. All right, and so how is that going to affect the health of the people in this area? And as already been mentioned, the lakes, the ponds, which we happen to have camps and homes on, all right, these pollutants are going to fall to the ground, especially when it snows or rains. And in that area, especially around the proposed plant, it's all well water. There's no town water there. So these things are going to leach into the ground, and it's been mentioned about, the plants. Many of us have gardens and things like that. And this is a little twist on it, but I think it needs to be brought out. Route 100, which they would have to travel all the time to bring water, their diesel, and especially ammonia. And this is the one that concerns me. I am the principal of Community Christian School at 113 Church Street. I also grew up on Wallen Lake Road. I'm concerned about ammonia trucks. And Mr. Nyland lied to me when I asked him how I can keep the children in my school safe if an ammonia truck is compromised. And at that time, there had been 2 accidents on my school property within the last 4 weeks. The answer is, you can't. I can't keep those children safe. So there's another concern about if something happens with an ammonia truck, how do we keep people safe? Because once they breathe it, they're done. So please don't give them a permit.
Thank you. Again, for the record, your name, please, ma'am.
Mary Jane Bailey. My time is going to be up, so I rushed through the story, but I want to make the point that this is a company that cannot be trusted. Again, I was telling you about the school, my concern about the ammonia trucks, and when they had an informational meeting at the Rhode Middle School, I went down around to their engineers and proposed this question because, as I said, we had had 2 accidents on our property, and it's a property that has multiple accidents because it's on a long curve. And none of their engineers could give me an answer, so I went to Mr. Nyland, who is the head of the project, and he told me that's why they went to 19% ammonia, a blatant lie. They went to 19% ammonia because then the federal regulations are different. So if he's willing to lie and compromise the lives of children, what other kind of lies have they told you or the EFSB or anybody else in their proposed project? They can't be trusted, and the facts and figures, as we've all stated, they speak for themselves. Thank you.